So with this video, I want to go ahead and talk about how David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Brothers, just got a pay package of $51 million. All this while the studio continues to go under with a huge debt of around 30 to 34 billion dollars. So pretty much what I'm talking about here is that the studio continues to go under, and yet these producers and CEOs of Warner Brothers continue to get paid the big bucks. So while the studio continues to go under, all the CEOs and producers at Warner Brothers continue to get the bags. And I'm talking about huge bags, a lot of money. This should be a crime, in my opinion. And so, with that, I want to go ahead and show you guys this old video of Sir Christopher Lee, where he explains the definition of pretty much failing awkward.
You see this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, 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 you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
When you Google failing outwards, you're gonna get this meaning right here where it says the idea that someone succeeds in their career despite being mediocre at their job. And we have seen that many, many, many times before in Hollywood, but especially lately, the big one has to go to Warner Brothers, where they continue to just release flop after flop after flop after flop. Just pretty much literally what Sir Christopher Lee said on that video, and you continue to see these producers and CEOs at Warner Brothers getting money. Is again, like I said before, and I say it again, this should be a crime. I don't know how all this stuff goes under the system, how all these people get away with all this. Um, you know, don't want to get into politics. That might be, you know, something to talk about on a different channel, on a different video. But it shows you how rigged the system really, really is. This is literally stealing. If you have any company, any business, and you are on debt with like billions of dollars, and while you're still getting millions of dollars out of everything, I don't know what else to tell you. Besides that, I want to go ahead and talk about Peter. Peter Safran is another one that, Peter Safran's another one, a producer that's at Warner Brothers slash DC. He's about to start making movies with James Gunn, while this producer also has huge, horrible background when it comes to flopping movies, box office and releasing flop after flop. It's just insane, the way that this studio continues to get away with murder. They continue to not listen to their fans is just wild to me. You know, Literally, Sir Christopher Lee said it on the video that they will always blame somebody else. They will always throw somebody else on the table when there is, too many numbers, horrible numbers coming out, and there's no other way to hide it. So it's never their fault. According to them, it's never their fault, even though, this again, even though we continue to share all this stuff, people will still call us crazy that we don't know anything. We don't know how none of this stuff works, how bad this studio has become, and the horrible place that they're in right now. Yet, people don't want to listen to us. The studio don't want to listen to their fans. Again, Warner Brothers used to be one of my favorite studios. They made movies like Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. They have huge IPs that I love, including having the brand of DC. You know, it's just a brand that they they never really understood, in my opinion. You know, that's just the way I take it. You go way back with the, you know, do your research, people. You go way back with the history of DC. It has always been a shit show. Since the Superman 1978, there has always been problems behind the scenes when it came to the brand. They didn't even believe in making a Superman movie. That movie, you know, came to be due to all the people that wanted to do it, not even Warner Brothers. Do your research. It's there on the documents. So again, I don't know what else we can say about the studio, but Warner Brothers is not in a great place right now. I still don't know how they're still getting away with murder. Um, we just, I don't know. I really, at this point, I'm just sitting back and just waiting to see how far they're gonna get with the horrible job that they're doing. So all I have to do now is wait. You know, a lot of us that pretty much, you know, I don't want people to get fired. You know, I would never wish that on nobody. Um, but something needs to be done. I don't know, you know, somehow maybe switch people around, switch positions, uh, start listening to the fans. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I don't know what else we can tell, you know, how loud we can get and tell the studio the stuff that we want, and stop messing with our, you know, and stop messing with IPs that we love. We are the fans. We are the money. Without us, again, you know, it's literally why the studio is going under, because we just don't care. We're not supporting anything when it comes to this studio. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we are the money, people. Don't forget that. Without us, they ain't nothing. They want to keep coming at us. Fine. That's more money for my pocket. You know, that's more money for my wallet, because I'm not gonna go out of my way and, you know, spend my hard-earned money on a studio that doesn't listen to me, that doesn't listen to the fans. Why would I do that? It's my money. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys think about Warner Brothers. Let me know if you guys have any hope for the studio. I myself don't see any hope whatsoever coming anytime soon. Um, we will see what's gonna happen. There has been a lot of rumors that literally these producers and CEOs are doing all this on purpose. On purpose, they're trying to make this studio fail so they can sell it. I don't know how that works. That's just a little weird in my opinion. But all we do now is wait and see. Thank you everyone as always for watching my videos. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and as always, please stay nice.